Alright, today we're going to change the snubber rubber on our JJP Guns N Roses. LE with the upper playfield here. First, you're going to start with 11/32. We're going to go ahead and get axle out of the way here. As you can see, I've already got the glass off and the playfield lifted. Take these two 11/32 out of axle. Get him out of the way. Okay. Next, you got a 1/4" screw in here. I'm not going to take that all the way out, we're just going to loosen it. And you got one in here with axle. I believe it's this one, right behind the flipper. Yep. So there's a 1/4" right here. And I'm not going to take that all the way out, I'm going to kind of just let it sit in the hole here. And then in the back, there's one down in here. And that one's tricky to get to. You definitely do not want to take that one out if you don't have to, because it would be a nightmare to get back in there. I can't even reach it with that, so I gotta put another thing on here. Get in there for that. And we're just gonna loosen that. You also gotta take off this this wire here. I forgot about that. Again, 11/32. Not that one. That one stays. Need this one. That stand-up post under there, I wanted to spin on me a little, so I'm just kind of pulling him back. So you just get this nut and washer off of here. And this. Guess I'm gonna take that off. Another nut and washer, 11/32. Okay, this guy's ready to come up. Careful down here, you don't want to break this plastic, so you just kind of do the side-by-side shuffle till you get it out. Get that out of the way, don't put it on your playfield glass, put it somewhere else where you're not going to scratch something. Okay. Now, there's one more screw down here that you got to get to, another 1/4", and that should be the 4 screws that secure the upper playfield. Same thing, we're just going to loosen it, not take it all the way out. And as you can see, look at this, I already got some good clearance here. Loosen this one a little more. I'm going to loosen this one a little bit more, and that's what you're going to do. You're just going to kind of go back and forth with it till you get to where it lifts up. See that? So I can just leave that screw in there. Okay, that's lifting pretty good. Might loosen this guy back here a little bit more. Oh, I just lost my driver. Okay, it's going to take a little longer to do this job this time. I'm gonna have to get that out of there, that's a bummer. And I need a little bit more loose than the last one there, so I gotta get another 1/4" driver since that one just fell in the damn hole. 1/4". Man, that really sucks. I dropped that nut driver end down in there because it's going to make this take way longer now. Okay, I got plenty of slack here now, I think. The idea is you don't want to have to deal with all these wires and stuff. You just want it loose enough that it's free to come out. I'll probably I'm probably already good enough to get to where I gotta get to, but I gotta get that driver out of here, so. That stuff's tight in there. See if I can find that driver that fell. Alright, we'll come back to that as long as I don't forget. So now there are some screws in here you can get to. So we're going to do that next. 11:30 seconds again. And we got to get this metal guard off of here. So there's one screw in the back might not be loose enough yet. It's catching. I'm backing it the whole way out, but I'm not taking it out of the hole. Okay, now we have some major clearance. Okay, so at this point, I'm just going to leave this playfield sit here, because if you don't, and you keep trying to take it out, you're going to have to do wire harnesses and all kinds of other nonsense. So we're just going to raise it up, and we're going to stick a rag in there to hold it. Because you're going to maneuver it around a little bit as you're doing this. I'm just going to kind of use this upper flipper as the spot to shove the rag under. Right, see, now it's holding that up out of the way. Now, you go back to your 11:30 seconds and you got one here. And you got one here. And this is where you kind of got to maybe move the upper playfield just a little bit if you got to get that tool in there, remember. Take that out. Okay. Try not to drop the nut into the back of the playfield. So now this piece comes off, that's out of the way. I'm going to go over here to the other side. Because over here, you got a gate, and you got to take. You got to loosen the back one that's closest to the pop bumper. And again, I'm going to have to push this playfield over just a little bit so I can get the right angle in there. And we only need to loosen that because on this front side one, we're going to just take that the whole way off. We're going to just lift the gate and spin it out of the way. What you're trying to do is free up this plastic here, which once you get that gate off in these 11:30 seconds, you're free. Wiggle this off carefully because it's snug, and voila, plastic's off. And now we are in there. You can actually get to the nuts that you need to get to. Now's a good time if you got to adjust your scoop. You can do that too. We're just going to use an 8mm wrench. There's two nuts right here. Kind of got to do the top one first because it's in the way of the bottom one. But here we are. We're already at the snubber rubber. The other one's right here if that's the one you need to do. I did this one at about 500 plays. I replaced the factory Jersey Jack one with a replacement I got from Little Shop of Games. And now I'm at 1,000+ games, and I'm finally doing the second of the two snubber rubbers that Jersey Jack provided. So I know I should expect at least 500 plays out of this one. I've already gotten 500 plays out of the replacement one, so it's held up a little better than the original, but this one here has over 1,000 plays now. I guess I hit the other side more. And I dropped that nut. I didn't really want to do that, but it's sitting right there. And now I'm going to try to get this torn piece out of the way, get it in that other nut. It's a little trickier to get this bottom one. Kind of annoying, but not too terrible. I mean, hey, we're on it. But see what I mean? You kind of get stuck in here, and you can only do a little turn at a time because the stud's sticking out for the other one. But that's all right. This is probably what takes the longest there, really, just getting these two off here. It's almost off, but it's just, give me a little bit of resistance here. If my fingers were skinnier, it'd be easier. Okay, that one's off. Give me a second. I'm gonna go grab my magnet if I can find it, because I gotta get the bit driver too. Did not see my nice magnet tool, so I'm gonna use this other thing. Still a magnet. Retrieve these two nuts. It's kind of stuck. I know, I'm being a little careless. Look at that, that wrench is magnetized. That's awesome. Okay, good to go. So, now we're off. You just wiggle this plate out of here. And it pushes in towards the scoop. Man, that's tight. Okay, let's see, there's the problem. That thing just sheared right off. So we're gonna, that's toast. Grab a brand new one. It's important to keep some of these spares on you because nothing sucks more than not being able to play your GNR for a day or two. And when you put these in, you want the angle to come out further towards the top. So that's the top. The skinnier profile goes towards the bottom. And then you just put your plate up against it. Like so. Well, actually, I'm going on the other side, so plate needs to go on this side. And just look at back one of those studs sticking out there. I got out of the line. I'm gonna line them holes back up. I guess you could do it one by one too. There's the top. There's the bottom. Okay, so we're on. So we're just going to double check, make sure we have it oriented in the right direction. You want the longer end of it to be towards the top. Get your two 8mm nuts. And I already dropped that one. This is probably one of the worst parts, is trying to get these started, especially this bottom one. You can kind of see it, but it's tight. Gotta kind of hold it with one hand and try to spin it on with the other finger. Look at that. Did it actually go on there? I think that threaded on there. That's my lucky day. Okay, let's start tightening. This is probably really my only complaint with this game is something that's in a high traffic area. It's not the easiest thing to change. Although I'm not really sure what would have been better here other than these Snubber rubbers. First time I did this, I just kind of took a look around and tried to figure out what I needed to loosen. And that was pretty easy to do. I mean, that one's on, but I'd like to get it a little tighter. So bear with me here a minute. I may or may not fast forward through this part of the video. It's just being stubborn. Now we're one more of the other end. That's working better. Now we're talking. We're getting some clamp action now. I'm pretty confident that's tight enough, but I might hit it again. Okay, now we're going to thread this top one on. I'm just going to go ahead and shoot, I want a washer. Little things like that will slow you down. Luckily that just landed right at the pop bumper. Alright. Try to get this one threaded on there now. And there's just really no room for your hands, that's the problem. Oh, I got that bottom one on already. Can't see either. Well, no, you probably can't see either, but you know where I'm at. I'm at the scoop. Talking to myself. Trying to thread this line here. Now I'm going to hold it for that one, so now I can see the damn thing at least. I'll try to turn it with my other finger. And this seems to be the only way I've gotten these easy. Just kind of hold it in place with that one and try to turn it with this one. And I'm going to see how much easier that was. Way more room to work on this top one. I think I'm going to leave it at that because I would not want to break one of them off and then figure out what the hell I'm going to do to fix that. So, give it one more turn anyway. Okay. So now we're ready to go back together here. This washer that I dropped and I bumped, it came on off this plastic here. So there's one that goes there. One that goes on the back here where the gate is set. Might as well check this rubber while I'm in here. I've already turned it. It's holding up. I'm just going to leave it. Anything need cleaned or waxed in there? No, that's pretty good. Alright, so we're going to put this back together. Next up is the plastic. That's just going to go in there like so. It looks like I got a post loose down here, so I'm just going to take this rubber off real quick. Tighten this post. Oh, that's really loose. Take that from underneath, I guess. Let me see if I can feel it with my hand. So I'm going to have to get on that with something better just to snug it up good here quick. This isn't the best tool, it's just the closest thing I have. It's going to turn a little tighter. Should be good. Might have to check the other ones quick. Good, good, good. All good. Okay. Now I can put this washer back on here. Grab this plastic, put that back on there. Grab this plastic, put that back on there. And put this metal back on. Okay. And here we go. We got 11:30 seconds. 11:30 seconds. Well, okay. Get the washer on. Get a washer on there, maybe. Don't forget your washer. I'll just move this guy over here where I got the washer. Sit these back down. And just want to double check your locks. Now see, this one's kind of a little close there, so I'm going to manipulate this key just a little bit. I think that'll work. Go back around here to the gate. Washer, nut, 11:30 second. Playfield just a little so I can get in there better. Okay, so that part's all done. Everything looks good. While I'm in here, I'm just gonna, double check a couple quick things that I can reach easy. Gates are good, all that's good. Everything's good. This game's held up really good for me. Took a year to get here. Well worth the wait. Now, everything looks good. Make sure these move up and down. Take this rag out of here. Oh wait, we gotta find that nut driver thing that we lost. See if I can find it later. So I got this extendable magnet here. Hopefully we get lucky and it just finds Look at that, it's my lucky freaking day. Alright, that's awesome. Now we can rip this rag out of here. Reposition this. Just want to watch you're not hitting this ramp up here too bad. You gotta kind of fish it past that first. I know it sounds worse than it really is. There we go. Okay, see, we're getting there already. And you'll feel it sit down in where it needs to be. And well, just tighten these up. Make sure they're lined up. I don't know if I'm lined up yet. Look at that, I'm lined up perfect. And again, you just keep checking these as you go, your ball lock releases. Because you don't want to get to a situation where they're stuck and then you have to deal with that. Okay, that's one of the backs being a little funny, so I'm going to just wiggle a little bit here as I'm turning, and now it's imperfect. It was kind of resisting a little bit. Might not be in yet. Thinking that should have gotten tight by now. So let's try this one here for a little bit. That one's imperfect. So we'll go back over to this guy. Maybe it just gotta keep turning a little bit. Yep, it's getting tighter. That must be a really long screw, I don't know. Something don't seem right. And everything else is lined up here, so. This one you don't want to really tighten too much because you'll dig into the playfield a little bit. I'm just going to double check these. Oh, it was spinning underneath. That's why it wasn't getting tight. Oh, that's good. Look at that, snug. Okay, guys. All we got left is wire. Same thing like when you took it out. You just kind of got to casually line these up. You have to spread one, push one, you know, get them in there, and then just slowly. Okay. If you feel it like resisting, then you're probably not in there right. And washer. And that's about it, man. We just gotta get that lined up. And these are all 11/32. And just make sure your ramp's lined up where you want it. All that's left to do is put the axle stature back on. And you gotta kind of tuck these skulls in underneath this plastic. You go in there. Okay. Again, short fat hands aren't the best for this job. Short fat fingers, I mean. Now we're going to fire it up and make sure everything works before we get too far along here with the glass. I'm pretty confident we're done. Well, that feels pretty smooth still. I like to wax my game every 100 plays or so, but it really doesn't seem to need it. Okay, look, it starts. Must have done something right.